Hello everyone and welcome to this new lesson, and this one would be all about learning dentistry. To be specific, I will be talking about the benign tumors of the mouth. There are the odontogenic and non-odontogenic tumors, and we will start with the non-odontogenic tumors. When it comes to the non-odontogenic tumors, they can appear on the epithelium or the connective tissue. Starting with the epithelia, non-odontogenic tumors benign in the mouth is squamous cell papilloma, sometimes called squamous papillomata or warts. This one would resemble a white or pink cauliflower and is caused by papilloma virus. This also would appear on the palate and would not undergo any malignant change. To treat this tumor, an excision is made. Now, let's discuss the benign tumors of the mouth this time with the non-odontogenic tumor, as we said before, epithelial, we have discussed already, but let's discuss the connective tissue tumors. There are a lot of connective tissue tumors like fibroma, lipoma, osteoma, etc. Beginning with fibroma, that one is very rare, benign, pink and pedunculated, and the treatment for it is by excision. Next is lipoma, and lipoma is different from the fibroma by its color, as this one is yellow and the previous fibroma is pink, both of which are excised with a narrow margin. The third connective tissue non-malignant tumor is osteoma, and osteoma is hard and is located in the bone and covered with an oral mucosa. Next is the neurofibroma. This one is also rare and affects the peripheral nerves and the tongue. Other neural tumor is called the neurolimoma. This one is also a tumor of the nerve fibers and sometimes can be excised without affecting the nerve, as it is eccentrically growing. Another tumor is the granular cell myoblastoma. This one is also rising on the tongue and can be excised with a margin. Ossifying fibroma is another tumor that is fibro-osseous and painless, slow growing of course, as it is a benign tumor, and it can even occur in children with a faster growing than adults, but still a benign tumor. Of course, after we have discussed the benign tumors of the mouth, non-odontogenic types, now we will talk about the odontogenic tumors. The first one being the ameloblastoma. This one is the most common type of odontogenic tumors in men. Among Africans, there is more predominant. At the posterior mandible is also very common. There are three basic types of this one: the ameloblastoma, unicystic, polycystic, and the peripheral type. The most simple and least aggressive type is the unicystic, and the polycystic and peripheral usually be more aggressive and tend to expand and invade surrounding tissue. The unicystic type can easily be excised without a margin or inoculated, but the polycystic and the peripheral types would be excised with a margin. After we have talked about the ameloblastoma, one type of odontogenic tumors let's talk about the adenoameloblastoma. This one is easily and conservatively excised, usually occurring with the maxilla for females. Anterior part that is the most common, but reoccurrence after excision is not a problem and not a common thing. One more type, actually there are a lot of types that we will be discussing, one of which is myxoma, calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor, or Pingborg tumor, also ameloblastic fibroma and odontomas. We will discuss later, but first let's start with the calcifying epithelial odontogenic tumor, that is Pingborg tumor. On X-ray it is radiolucent with scattered radiopacities, and this will need excision with a margin. Now let's talk about the other one that is easy to pronounce, myxoma or myxoma. This will occur in the soft and hard tissue in young adults, arising within the bone and invading the surrounding tissue extensively. Characteristically, under the microscope would look like a soapy bubble shape on X-ray, and it would need an excision with a margin of the surrounding bone, even the surrounding normal bone. Of course, we have talked about the ameloblastoma, but now we will talk about the ameloblastic fibroma, and this one is going to affect young adults as well and appears unilocular radiolucency upon examining it on the X-ray, causing painless expansion of the jaw, and a conservative inoculation is needed to get rid of it. Last, we will talk about the odontomas. Of course, they are not a true neoplasms, but only a malformation of the dentinal hard tissue. They have two classifications. Sometimes they are called multiple, when we see multiple small teeth as a fibrous sac, or sometimes they are called complex when they form a irregular mass of dentinal hard tissue. Other worth mentioning benign odontogenic tumor is cementomas. These are worth mentioning because they can create an extreme difficulty when a tooth would have to be removed. Now, there are all some disturbances, and dentoalveolar technique would have to be utilized when removing such tumors. Thank you for listening to this educational and informative discussion and summary on odontogenic and non-odontogenic benign tumors of the mouth.